You might not know from my previous YouTube videos that I was not a full-time practicing jeweler working from home or for another business. But really, I was making the transition from working in the building industry back into jewelry. I made choices along the way in my career based on what type of work that was available to me, in the location that I lived, and what suited my lifestyle. The building industry paid well, but was high stakes and high stress. And if I'm being quite honest, the joy had been drained out of it a long time ago. So I needed an exit strategy, and I decided to return to my roots in jewelry, but with a modern twist. I spent my spare time transitioning from physical tools to digital ones by teaching myself ZBrush, a powerful digital sculpting software that feels more like working in clay by using a tablet interface. Also note that I still used traditional tools and equipment in the finishing process, as you'll see in future videos. I was fascinated by the idea that I could sculpt a piece of jewelry in a virtual 3D space, capturing every detail, and then bring it in the physical world by using 3D printing. I had the printers ready. The studio was set up under our new roof. I was just weeks away from the new financial year to officially launch my dream business. But then nature stepped in, and in May, a freak storm, a literal tornado, tore through our lives. Our brand new home and my studio were significantly damaged, and we were displaced, living in rentals for a year, navigating the kind of stress that you can't prepare for. When you're forced out of your home, you're forced to look at your life through a very different perspective. My partner and I realized that while we could rebuild a house, we couldn't rebuild time. So we decided then and there it was time to retire from the grind, but not to retire from the passion, not from a creative life. Retirement is a funny word. It sounds like a finish line or an end destination, but for me, it's a reimagine and a redesign. I still have so much to express through my jewelry and creative process, but the why has changed, and I'm no longer chasing a contractor's deadline. I'm chasing the flow state I find when I'm deep in a ZBrush sculpt. I'm documenting it here on YouTube because the most important thing I'll ever design isn't a piece of jewelry, it's the way I spend my Thursday afternoons. As I relaunch this channel, I want to take you along for the whole journey. We're going to dive into design and making. I'll show you the digital to physical process, sculpting in ZBrush, 3D printing, and finishing the pieces at the bench. Also, I'll be doing some lifestyle vlogs, honest conversations about this new chapter and how I'm balancing health, nutrition, and finding peace after the years of the hustle. The outdoors, taking the studio outside through biking and nature, and where the real inspiration happens. To enjoy this new freedom, I've had to pay closer attention to my body, my own health. Focusing on nutrition and the right supplements ensures that I have the energy to actually use this freedom. Money and work are just tools now. They support my peace, they don't dictate it. It took a tornado to make me realize what really mattered. I'm finally building something that lasts, one digital sculpt at a time. Have you ever had a storm in your life that forced you to hit the reset button? Let's talk about it in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're finding your version of balance. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.